All right, today we're gonna be hanging out with my friend Jordan Sapp. Jordan is a Grammy-nominated producer and songwriter here in Nashville. He's worked with people like Jason Derulo, Nicki Minaj, Demi Lovato. He came up working with producer Red One. Very, very nice guy. He has a studio here in Nashville. It's an epic home studio up in his bonus room, similar to mine, but I think probably his is built a lot better. Thank you, Jordan, for having me out. If you want to go follow Jordan and see what he's up to, links to his stuff down below in the description. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. I'm just gonna shout out Sennheiser because I'm using this mic for my voice on these videos. This is the MKH416, and I have a couple more mics from them that I'm gonna use to make these videos. They're on-camera microphones, the MKE 400s, which I'm so pumped about. Obviously, we all know Sennheiser, in addition to making great pro audio gear, they also make great gear for content creators or people who are doing video production in addition to audio production. I'll put links to all this stuff down in the description if you're interested in it. Sweetwater's got a whole content creator side of the website now, so if you're ever on the fence of making some vids and you're a studio musician, songwriter, you should do it, or you know, go check out the stuff that they have. It's so cool that Sweetwater's embracing some of the content creator stuff. Oh, also, I got a console, by the way. I made a video about getting a console. It's called I Did It. I'll put a link to it down in the description, and I'm actually giving away my Danger Fox desk that I had in here before this desk. If you want a chance to win that, you can go watch that video after this one, of course, and enter for your chance to win that. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, and let's go check out Jordan's Epic Home Studio. Oh my God.
My name is Jordan Sapp. I'm a producer, songwriter, guitar player, kind of all the above. Been in Nashville for since 2014. This is our third house here in town, and we've been in a couple different kind of bedroom kind of situations, and it was time to figure it out, get something going that was, you know, you're getting artists in the house. You want to have something nice. We're trying to write songs in here, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, I wanted it to be open and airy and white and light and comfortable. Yeah. I could have spent $5,000 more on soundproofing, or I could have put in a hardwood floor. You know, it's kind of like this was all carpet when we moved in.
Yeah, this is nice hardwood too.
Yeah, so you know,
looks great.
Put the money into just making it feel like someplace you want to be, and people want to come and write songs. And as a producer, as a writer, you want it to be just that space.
Josh Niles, right?
Yeah, Josh Niles. You've been to a couple of his spaces.
I know, he really does an amazing job.
Yeah.
What was this room like before he came in?
Yeah, imagine beige walls, right?
Okay.
Imagine beige carpet.
Oh.
And this whole entire wall they built. Like, this thing is insane.
Yeah, because I was looking, it's kind of curved.
It's a whole diffusion wall, so we were originally gonna do this diffuser that he's kind of like infamous for at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was gonna be like, this center section was gonna be diffusion, and then just kind of figure out the rest, but you won't be able to unsee this once I say it. But
oh, okay.
This window and this window are not on the same, there's like a whole punch out. If you look from the outside of the house, there's like a whole punch out. Yeah. So like this window is actually deeper. So there's like a whole little recessed area. So there's like a flat wall and like a whole recessed area there. So we had to get kind of creative and figure out something to get everything even, you know? And it looks awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's so unique, I think.
So you got some panels up there. Now I saw behind these panels here, you have these really cool lights.
Yep.
Which is cool because it's like, sometimes the LED thing can be a little overkill.
Sure.
But this feels like just tasteful enough.
Just enough, yep.
But I was always curious to look back behind them at how they do it.
Yep.
And you can kind of see
it's pretty fun. It's just like strips on, top to bottom.
Fairly simple, but my thought is like, well, how do you get power?
Yeah.
And there's outlets.
They literally,
every single one.
Yeah. That was part of the install, is they actually installed power behind each one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. So, I mean, super clean though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks incredible. I wish I could do
I'm pretty
more of
sure
that
they
stuff.
pulled the power from the lights up there. I don't know how that
Oh
works.
yeah, because they put it in the clouds too.
Yep. I don't know how that works, but they made it happen.
Brilliant. When you bought the house, did you do this right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing, literally the movers were in the house.
Yeah.
First day we moved in, movers are in here, and there's guys up here tearing up the carpet
Yeah.
in the same day.
Yeah.
We actually bought the house and the previous owners let us come up here and take measurements and
Oh, cool.
make a plan. So like as soon as I moved in, we were off to the races, which is pretty cool. Like you want to try to make that window where you're not going to be able to work very much. Try to
Very
minimize
small.
that because like otherwise I was on a laptop working on the dining room table for 2 or 3 weeks.
Anyone who's married knows that the wife is going to be on board with encouraging you to get out of the kitchen.
It's so funny, like have my laptop and like recording acoustic guitar in the kitchen and stuff. Like it's so funny. But yeah, man.
Well, so how long did it take to get this room like?
I
As
wanna-
far as the
yeah.
treatment and stuff.
I think I want to say like 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was quick. I mean, the guys came in and did the floor in one day, like one afternoon.
Holy
Like
crap.
carpet up. No, they literally came in at like 9 o'clock, ripped up the carpet, and by noon, it was like brand new floor.
Whoa.
Did the floor, paint. Niles' crew came in. The biggest thing was this wall, honestly. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean, well, cutting.
if you
cutting that
imagine,
thing.
if you can imagine the amount of like compound cuts there are,
Yeah.
it's pretty insane.
Especially right here.
Dude,
Like this is absolutely bonkers.
it's pretty insane. Yeah, every individual piece is cut,
Yeah.
so it's pretty insane.
I know this is the silver papier, very popular in the Nile
Nice.
studios.
Yeah, I'm surprised you.
I got some of this in my room as well.
Yeah, you know exactly what it is.
It's
Yep.
Guilford of Maine, you know,
Yep,
it's
that's
the
it.
good stuff.
Yeah, so
I
we
think
got.
it's their most popular fabric that they have.
I'm sure. I just love it. It's super neutral and looks great on against like the brown floor and everything.
Yeah.
Absorption here, and then we got the panels, and honestly, those guys are just. I just found some stuff on. Somebody's making them on Marketplace.
Yeah. Obviously, you use the room for writing.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic writing room.
Yeah.
Looks like you have it really, really dialed in for the workflow. What's typically happening after a write and you want to lay some stuff down?
I mean, you want to talk like laptop and all that kind of stuff? Doing MacBook back there.
Okay.
M1,
Nice.
4 terabytes, the whole.
Max out. And you got
Maxed
the G
out.
drive. Shout out to these drives because
I love those, don't you?
I just got 3 or 4 of these because
Yep.
for whatever reason they're actually pretty affordable.
Yep.
I obviously got mine from Sweetwater, but they're like it was $400 for a 4 terabyte.
Yep.
And it's SSD super duper fast.
Super
which
fast,
is
super
crazy.
easy. I do all my sessions on this guy, so I have to keep all my libraries and samples on here,
Oh, nice.
and then so I got a running, I
Keep
got a
the
whole
work there.
drawer full of hard drives with sessions, but I do all that off of these. The classic hub situation, so I can just do
Oh yeah.
one cable and then it just connects to everything, which is so satisfying.
You got a hub on a hub over there. Just like
yeah,
me, dude.
I needed more slots for my iLocks and stuff.
That's
so
so funny.
yeah, no matter what you get, you're always gonna need more. I feel like.
Okay, and then you've got an Apollo twin here.
Yeah, so I got the Apollo 8, an old one. I don't know, it's like a Thunderbolt something. I just had this,
Yeah. The twin.
and I just use it for the extra DSP.
Sure.
And then I actually just recently figured out I could also use the inputs, which I didn't even realize I could do,
Yeah.
which is hilarious. I got 2 more inputs out of it, and I plugged the Helix into it.
Oh, nice.
So all 10 inputs are being used by Rhodes and Profit and all that. But I guess that would lead you to the Trinoff, which is one amazing piece of gear. It takes all of the nodes out of your room and even time aligns your speakers so that even if one speaker's a 1/4 inch off or whatever, the sound is hitting you at the exact same time. So this is one amazing piece of gear, and it's dialed for like right there.
Yeah,
it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a room that's not perfectly treated,
Yeah.
it is really, really, really helpful.
Well, especially when you start getting into bigger speakers.
Of course, yeah.
Bigger speakers in a bigger room.
Yep.
There's so many other factors than if you're on like some NS10s that are right up next to you or something, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
That's cool. You got the dual subs. What subs are those?
Okay, so these are JL Audio Fathoms, the 12-inch drivers. They are 120 pounds each. So they are not, but they are awesome.
And they're both facing out.
I wanted to put them straight, but they, I needed access to the back and the kind of the way I set them up. Like this, this was kind of in the way. So
on the sound anchors.
These actually aren't sound anchors. These are
what?
Denmark, I think is what it's called.
Bro, those are sound anchors.
It's like, I don't know how they do it. I'm not a patent lawyer.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a very similar job.
And what's the name?
Denmark.
Denmark. Okay.
I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
I mean, shout out sound anchors, but I couldn't wait 3 months to get them in. So.
Oh yeah. When did all this happen?
Well, the speakers is a relatively new thing. I've literally only had these for like 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
I was rocking the KRK 10-inch sub, and I've been working on Atom A7Xs.
Oh yeah.
For over 10 years. Yeah. And when I got into this room, I just knew.
Just weren't loud enough.
It's just too big, man. It's just too big of a room.
Yeah, it is funny when like, especially if like somebody's sitting back there and you've got your A7Xs.
Man, like, yeah, you know, you
like,
want.
Get up here, you gotta hear this.
Dude, come all the way up. Yeah, exactly. Like when you get done with writing a song or something, you want to just crank the, you know, rough mix or whatever, just to have some fun. And just in a room this size, you really start to feel the size of the box, you know. So it was time to finally get something more appropriate for the size of the room.
Okay, so you got the Apollos, the Mac M1, the Trinov.
Yep.
You got the Grace M905, analog only, right?
Yep.
Same. Oh, you can name them. I didn't realize you could custom name.
Oh heck yeah, dude.
The
TV,
inputs.
Auxiliary cable.
That's so much cooler than whatever their default.
Input 1, input 2, whatever it is. And then obviously, we didn't actually say it, but the PMZs.
All right, so which models are these?
The 6.2s?
6.2s.
I think they're relatively newer. Just blew me away when I listened to them. Insane. And I tested a lot of different speakers. The thing that I'm always looking for is like, as a producer especially, it's like you want to have some fun, some inspiration while you're creating. And maybe if I was like only a mastering engineer or only a mixer, I might do something else. But these felt like the best balance of like some fun as well as super accurate, you know?
Yeah.
Like the low end, it's pretty insane. I mean, obviously I'm using subs, but I'm still in the learning curve a little bit. I mean, coming off of a speaker you've worked on for 10 years.
Well, also going from 2-way to 3-way, well, kind of 3.2 with the subs.
Yeah.
That is a big change.
It's a huge change, so I'm getting used to it still, but give me like a couple more weeks and I'll be dialed in.
And what is this? This is an Argosy?
Argosy Dual 15. I bought this from my buddy Sean Moffitt, who's a mixer here in town.
Oh, Sean. All right, and I see underneath there you got your little aux box.
Got a little aux box for the guitar. Yep. I like to do.
I love that it's close too.
Yeah. You
just get right in there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't use the knobs a whole lot. I got the iPad here.
Oh,
so
sick, yeah.
I just use the iPad software, honestly. It's actually just there because it props up my monitor.
The aux?
Like the aux box, like literally I'm setting this on top of the monitor, on top of the aux box. It was like the only thing that I could find that was like
weight.
Yeah, it was like the proper height. So it doubles as a monitor stand.
That's hilarious, dude.
And great guitar tone. And then so I got the orange going into that.
Heck yeah.
Actually, a buddy of mine, Jeff Soika, turned me on to this sort of setup with the tiny Sierra and the aux box.
And then what's this little pedal you got in
Pretty
front of it here?
Just a little Keeley compressor, just a classic. And then I do all the effects in the box from there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so you got, that's two different worlds here. You got the Helix, and
Yeah.
then you got the orange into the aux. What's the...
It's just options. It's just guitar options. You know, I love the Helix, and there's a bunch of like people that make presets for them. And it's a lot of fun to play with that. So I got that going in one channel, I got this going in the other, and then honestly, like, especially for more pop style, I like to just go direct.
Straight in,
Use go direct and use Guitar Rig or something for that like more pop. There's something about Guitar Rig going direct that it doesn't sound like a real guitar. It doesn't sound like real, but like it's got like a thing to it that I just love. So I'm like the worst engineer. So miking guitar amp, like I'm horrible at miking amps and stuff. So I easier, quicker, faster is all the goals with all this stuff. Is like just turn it on, go.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take your word for it. Let's just cut over here to some of these awards and certificates.
A couple Grammy nominations, BMI awards, and some fun plaques and stuff, you know.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, what were you saying about not being a good engineer? Whatever you're doing seems to be working out pretty well.
Well, you know, I don't mean to get on a soapbox here, but like I do hope that, I mean, obviously the room is cool and all that, but I do hope that it's some sort of an encouragement that
you don't have to.
You know, I don't have any outboard gear. Like I do all my vocals on the
Unison
preamps. I use the 88RS, and I use the gray LA2A, and that's like my vocal chain with the Manley, like my favorite vocal mic of all time.
Oh yeah, let's go over to this guy.
And so I don't have any outboard gear. You know, it's funny, like in I think it was like 2018, we got super serious about getting out of debt, my wife and I.
That's a good idea.
And so I sold everything and went down to like 2 guitars and a laptop and a mic. And like that was it. And so that I had like a BAE 1073, and I had, you know, I had a Brute, I think is what it was called, the compressor for vocals, and a couple other outboard things, but I sold everything and started using the built-in preamps for vocals, and I just never
looked back.
Never built it back up. Like they sound great. So.
Also, one of my favorite things about the Unison stuff is, well, first off, I'm a huge fan of console.
Of course,
the software.
Yeah.
And saving setups. You get a sound with somebody, or you get like I have like a tracking setup.
Yep.
A cue send setup. I have like all these different things. So like, oh, we're gonna do vocals. Let's boom, click 2 buttons, and now the vocal chain's ready to go.
1000%. And I even have in console like different artists that I regularly work with. So like I'll have like a vocal chain for one artist, and then I'll just flip over to one for another artist that we just know works. Like, and it never breaks. You don't have to get them repaired, and you know what I mean. Like I'm sure
you spend 10 grand more, and then you get another 5% increase in quality.
I'm sure it's better, but it's just worked.
That's awesome.
And you can make records with it, so it's like, why, I don't know. Keep it simple.
What are you rocking like for a DAW?
Logic
Pro, Logic Pro X.
Logic
10.7.
Whatever the most. 10.7 I think is the most recent. Yeah.
You got a template
I'm like
rock with?
I got a couple presets. I mean, a lot of presets.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a template, but a lot of presets that I like to go to.
You got some nice keyboards over here. You got a
little Prophet. This literally goes on everything pretty much. I mean, somehow this always makes it on. And I honestly there's like a couple patches that I just like to work from. It's got like, I don't know, 500 presets or something. But
I'm not in the sequential world yet.
Sure.
I was thinking Prophet 6 or Prophet 10.
Yeah.
As my start, probably Prophet 6 based off the size. Prophet 10 is like way bigger.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like this covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to get a Juno and maybe some other things in here, but I think for having just one nice analog synth, covers a ton of ground.
Is it a
pads and arps and all sorts of.
Is it a polysynth?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm not exactly
And
sure.
is that six notes? Is that?
I was
what
gonna say, I'm
polysynth-
not exactly sure how many.
Yeah.
But I've never found myself wanting another note, so.
Yeah, like, oh,
can't-
my 10th note I'm playing.
Yeah, I can't imagine,
too.
yeah, it might be 6, but I'm not, I don't know, somebody in the freaking comments
Hey
can
man,
tell you.
this is what I love about doing these videos is I don't know that much about a lot of things, and then when
Same.
I find other people who are successful songwriters or producers who are using cool stuff, I'm like, what is that? And they're like, yeah, I don't really know, man. I just use this one. And I'm like, dude, great. Like, we're not that far
Is
apart.
it a good song?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Is the part right?
Yep,
You know?
yep. And then,
Complete down here.
yeah, this is all for the MIDI.
Contact.
And what I love to do is, because I got this going in USB, so I'll, record all the MIDI into Logic,
Fix it.
and then have it go back out to here so that it can be recording in there and I can
Yeah.
be tweaking live, It's a lot of fun.
Dude.
I just love that process. Like it's so like, because you can get it in there, quantize it, and make the performance how you want, and then go over here. And,
Even just like getting the MIDI and looping it and then flipping through sounds
yeah,
and stuff.
and
Be like,
auditioning
oh.
sounds and all that. Yeah, it's super fun. And maybe someday, I mean, it'd be cool to have a couple different analog synths going into a mixer or something. But
Yeah.
for now, I mean, Omnispheres.
Yeah.
Omnispheres on everything too. So we can do guitars real quick, because this is like a recent pickup. I think it's called
Dan Electro, is that what that is?
No, it's a Duesenberg,
Duesenberg.
star player. But real nice.
Yeah.
When I think about guitars, it's like check the boxes, have all fill
Yeah.
all the slots.
Sure.
So you got your it's kind of hollow body sound, big worship guitar sound, and then obviously you got to have a Strat.
Yeah.
Just a standard American Strat, which is
Ooh, I like that finish.
super
Big
cool.
neck.
This is the first guitar I ever bought.
The Taylor?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, I had a couple, but this is the first real guitar. When I was
Sure.
15, I was like, I'm gonna get a real acoustic.
Spend some money.
Yep. So, but little 410 CE.
So I'm gonna point this out. Keeping it handy, you've got where you're sitting,
Yeah.
and then you have a three unit guitar stand.
Yeah.
Right next to you, the pedal underneath it, and then you've got the mic for the acoustic also
Yep.
right there.
Mic
ready
for the
to go.
acoustic. Yep.
Workflow super dialed.
Yeah. I like to just be sitting here. I can be like keys. Turn over here to record acoustic.
Cables.
Have the guitars that I'm kind of working with for the song I'm working on.
Yep.
Just super handy. Everything's within arm's reach. Workflow is everything.
Got the Apple TV remote,
Apple TV. Yeah, you gotta have a
projector, ready to
ESPN
go.
and all
Wait,
that. Yeah.
Is there a projector? What's
Well,
the
yeah, we
screen
get
for?
it out of the closet. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So we'll do family. That's for
Movie night?
family movie night. Yeah.
Heck yeah,
Get the
dude.
100-inch screen down. This is probably the most bougie part of the studio.
Oh yeah, it's on the remote.
If you roll down,
Oh yeah, dude.
it's so silly.
All right, and then how often is football on that?
I mean, whenever there's football on.
All right, and you got a Rhodes over here. So you've got a couple, you got a controller, a synth, and then you got a Rhodes. How much are you playing keys?
Not a whole lot. I call myself a producer keys player.
Okay.
Transpose everything to C and then block out the chords, As we started doing more writes in here, I just wanted something that people could just get their hands on and play.
And here, right away, yeah.
And I have an upright piano downstairs.
Oh, cool.
The movers started to take it upstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, forget that idea, leave it down. The way they were starting to, I was like, no, don't even try.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to get some up here that people could just play. And actually, I've used it on a couple records. I bought this from my buddy Hank Bentley.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, super it's not perfect. It's got that thing to it. It's old vintage
Charm.
Yeah. So if you want pristine Rhodes, you reach for the Keyscape,
Yeah.
obviously. But this is kind of got a cool thing. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, more guitars back
More
here.
guitars. You got let's see here. You got some good ones.
Little
over here.
Les Paul, traditional. I mean, again, it's I'm not blowing anybody away with like the rarest or super, like, you know, but everything's got a purpose.
Nice P bass.
Just
right?
a little, yep. I think this is a Mexican, yeah, just a Mexican P bass. This is my first electric I actually bought, like
Ooh,
2007, I think. But American Deluxe Telly, just super cool. I love this guitar.
Which one do you write more often with? Like, what's the guitar that you typically grab when
Well,
you start?
actually, I bought this like a year ago, the Duesenberg.
Uh-huh.
That's like, I grab that for everything now. I just
cool.
love it. Yeah, I've reached for this, and obviously acoustic is
Okay, yeah, of
doing a
course.
lot of writing on that, you know.
This is great.
That's
and then,
it, man.
And then somehow we managed to skip right past,
The coffee bar.
dude, the welcome, let's get comfortable, get some drinks and some, what are these little chocolates you got here?
Some chocolates, some mints, you know,
Dude,
you get
chocolates
rid of
and
that,
mints?
get rid of the coffee breath, you know. You know, I'm not roasting my own beans over here, but you know, it's kind of fun to
Nice little Keurig.
get a little caffeine.
Heck yeah. This is great, man.
Oh, and then actually, back to show you this. Got a couple. Gotta keep some gear in here. Some.
Oh yeah, I was
So-
wondering, like, where's the classic? Where's all the goods?
Yeah, I keep a little gear in here. Warm audio.
Is that a 47?
60. This is a
67,
67, which is that's a recent purchase. That
Nice.
this was awesome too. The their C12.
C12, yeah. I
You
got
know?
2 of them, bro.
Yeah.
I use them on room mics. They are rocking.
Yeah. Really cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much the space. It's
It's beautiful, man. You should be super proud.
yeah.
This is great.
It's again. It's like everything has a job.
Yeah.
You know,
Purpose-built.
yeah. Everything's very like if it's here, it's being used. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to keep it that way. Like, keep it simple. Keep it about the song.
So like the tee, the golf tee.
Yeah. The putting green.
Yeah, putting green.
I'm just walking around the golf club, trying to make some putts. Like, it's so funny.
Got the football game on.
You get the game. Yeah, I don't even work in here, really. I don't even know what.
Listen,
Yeah.
work has evolved since the old days. Last thing I'll ask about here is this wall of records.
Sure.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, it's
What,
been a-
this is sort of like a collection from the whole career?
Yeah, pretty much. Got a couple radio #1s and some. I mixed this record, 1 platinum, Hills and Valleys, Torn Wells, and my dude. Yeah, I don't even look at it, that much, but when you come in here and you start to just like take a step back and look at it, you're like, dang, man, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, man, the Lord's been good to us, and we're just trying to keep at it and, keep going.
Well, thank you for doing this. It's
Thank
been,
you. Thanks for coming,
It's been a lot
man.
of fun.
Yeah.
I've seen on your Instagram the pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get in there, you know. So,
It does take good photos,
Yeah.
if nothing else. If I can't make a good song, at least I got a good space to
Good
make
Instagram banger.
good Instagram.
I'll put links to your Instagram.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I could link to, like some music or something?
Uh,
Playlist?
no, just my Instagram.
Instagram.
JSAP Music.
Cool.
That's it.
And then, yeah, everyone else, let us know what you think down in the comments and go follow Jordan, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right.
See ya.